So yeah, that was a pretty crazy day. I told myself for certain no more pop rocks in the engine. And if you think that's crazy, it gets crazier, because then... Percy? What? That's not my name. No, Oh, hi, Percy. Oh, shit! Percy! Percy! Stop screaming! Oh, hi, Artemis. Just the engine I was looking for. Ow. Okay, two things. One, why were you screaming? And two, why were you speeding? Well, I was at Knapford shunting for Gordon because he asked me to. He was screaming because he was told to shunt? Shh! And after Gordon left with the express, I heard a voice somewhere, and I thought it was you, Artemis, but I couldn't see you anywhere, and then I saw it was this woman. He was screaming because of a woman speaking to him? By the way, Artemis, in the justice and containment system you're a part of, do you have an area for the criminally insane? Yes, we do have an insane asylum, but what does this have to do with anything? Because, okay, feel free to sit down, metaphorically. This bitch asked me to marry her! What? What's so funny? There's a mad woman on the loose trying to marry engines, and you think it's funny? Oh, Percy, you have a lot to learn, mate. How? Back in the 2010s and 2020s, humans and machines couldn't marry. But in this day and age, it's been acceptable for years. What? What Artemis means is that lady might have been serious when she said she wants to marry you. Well, there's kind of a sticky bit with that, you know. She's a female and all, and I'm kinda... Artemis, there's a really good reason why I cannot get married to this lady. I usually don't flail this around, but I prefer I can't carry on with this right now, Percy. We're a busy railway and I've got passengers. And I'm taking these supplies to Duck and Viola. Yo. They're doing assorted route updates that you'll probably see eventually, so don't bug the production crew about it. Now that all the confusion's sorted out, we should probably talk about the delay you've caused to me and Cod and all these passengers, as well as how many rules and regulations you broke during your screaming fit. But I'm now very late, so we'll talk about it on my express run. Ow. Have I fully explained why you shouldn't speed and shriek like that unless there's an emergency?
Yep. Just give me a second. Trying not to puke.
Sorry about that, but this was the only way to get me back on schedule. On the topic of schedule talk, I'm sorry, but I'll need to inquire as to why you're late, Artemis. That's not like you. Percy shenanigans. Understood. Be on your way, please. Percy, can you explain? Yes. I kind of panicked because, well, I'm serious. Some lady asked me if I could marry her. I got a bulldoze card, but he seems okay. Marriage? That's very unusual. Could you tell me more? I need to write to Knapford, so I have plenty of time to listen. Yeah, it went like this.
Excuse me, green engine. Oh, sorry, miss. The first train's already left. It's fine. I completely understand. Sorry if you didn't expect me. You probably don't speak to many people, do you? Well, back in the day, besides from Sir Topham Hatt, I used to just mainly speak to, farmers, station staff, and Mrs. Kindly. Rest her soul. This Mrs. Kindly must have meant a lot to you if you mentioned her by name. Yes, she did. She meant a lot to us all. She was such a sweetheart. So, what was it that you wanted? What I wanted? Oh yes, I remember. I had a question I wanted to ask you. Sure thing, but be quick, because I have to go back to work soon. First of all, you're Percy, right? I think you're Percy. Yes. Why? Well, I don't know how to say this eloquently, but will you marry me? What?
Well, it's certainly unusual, but it's not illegal. In the end, it's up to you. I know, ma'am, it's just a lot to think about. It's fine. I'd like you to head to the docks now and help Cod with shunting. If you apparently knocked into him, he may be a good bit sore. Hopefully you didn't cause any damage or break anything in him. Yes, Miss Hat. Ah! I found her! This is the lady that proposed to me! Percy, skip the docks for a bit. Excuse me, miss, but me and my engine would like to ask you some questions. Certainly. What would you and this handsome fellow like to know? Well, firstly, who are you and who is this? Well, my name is Kindall, and this is my son Ashton. Hi. And you are? I'm Aretta, or at the top of Hat, controller of the railway. Don't you know, since you're romantically interested in one of my engines? I am so sorry for earlier. I don't know what came over me. If I hadn't been overcome by love, I would have come to you first. This is what you wanted to ask me about, right? Yes, it was. What would have been best would have been if you had introduced yourself more slowly and actually gotten to know my engine, rather than proposing to him out of the blue. Exactly. So now that that's sorted out, I'm going to be on my way. Sorry for all the drama, everybody, but as a matter of fact, I like men. Then I could have arranged things around his schedule. Now I'll need a bit more time if I'm going to prepare the wedding. I'll have to reserve rushmen, hire a photographer, rear traffic. What? Yeah, sorry, I'm not used to taking things slow. This little fella wouldn't be here if I was the slow sort. Pardon my bad social skills, I haven't spoken to many people since the incident. Incident? Yeah, Ashton's father and my former husband fell to his death one day next to the railway. I've never gotten over it, really. But one of the last things I heard from him was him talking about Percy. He used to chat with me about the railways, how they work, how to drive engines in an emergency, the best routes for quick and free shipping, and his favourite engine was Percy. I've thought lots about Percy since then, because now he reminds you of my husband. I think I'm falling back in love for that reason, but it's clearly one-sided, so I shall leave and not return. Come along, Ashton. Your husband knew me? Even liked me? Huh? Percy? Well? Well, thanks, but I can't lie. About women, I'm actually gay. It's such a shame. Unrequited love. I tried my best, but it's not to be. Goodbye forever, my lost dear. Oh, no, you don't have to do that, Miss Kindall. If you really want, we can give it a go, I guess. As long as you realize that this is definitely an experiment for me. Can we just take it slow and steady? I have no idea what I'd be doing. Oh, good for you, Percy. I'll clear your schedule for a bit so you can spend some time together. Why not show them around important places? There's an idea. Thank you, miss, I guess. So if you want, Miss Kindall, you can hop in my cab and come with me. Thank you, sweetie. Would it be okay if Ashton came along? Makes sense. I wouldn't want to leave a young child unsupervised. I'm not a young child. I'm a young teenager, thank you. They're separate things. There are multiple simultaneous biological changes that become apparent over time in the body of a teenager. Ones that I'm not looking forward to, if I'm totally honest. That's a lot of big words. You asked, I answered. I see. Sorry, I don't know much about human biology. That's fair enough. You probably never went to school. I don't really know what a school is. I know it's a building where the younger passengers go to learn, and that's the extent of what I know. Why not tell me about it? I'll tell you what I can, but I skipped a few years, so I'm in my final year of school. I'm not a totally reliable source. You're smart, huh? I do what's expected of me, I suppose. It looks like the two are getting along. That's perfect. Pretty cool peninsula, right? It's quite nice, if a little small. So, do you want to see the sheds? They're right here. Sure, it'd be great to see where we would be staying. What? Staying? Of course. When we do get married, you can't come into our flat. You're too big. So we'd be moving in here. But we don't really have any spare sheds or anything, so I don't think that can work. You'd have to share the sheds with 3 other engines, so there'd be no privacy, and we're engines, so it'd be very sooty. Please. Is there a problem? My sweet Percy says that staying in his sheds wouldn't be feasible, the selfish. The wonderful dearie. Don't worry, I've got a good solution. We can contract Rob to build another one. Oh, that's really nice of you, miss, but how much would it cost? Don't worry about prices, it's in the name of love. Miss Hat, can I speak with you in private for a minute in the other sheds? Away from her, please. I need to tell an important thing about myself. Percy! No time to yourself when there's a boy to raise. Come on now, I want to run some of my wedding plans by you. You're invited too, Miss Hat. Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Come along, Percy, you compliant fellow. So, Percy, it looks like we're almost done with setting things up for the wedding tomorrow, but I have one question. What would that be, miss? Well, when people get married, they tend to dress nicely. The groom usually dresses in a nice black suit. So do you think a coat of black paint would suit you for a day? Black? That'd be a big change. Well, as long as it's just for one day. What do you think, Kindall? Huh? My wedding outfit. Didn't you want to talk about it? Oh, right, dear. What color did you want? Well, Loretta said black. Sounds good, my sweetheart. Go for it. Uh-huh. I guess that works, ma'am. All right, then. I'll order a repaint for you from Deco and Moira as soon as they're available. Head back to New Knapford, Percy. Yes, ma'am. Hey there. Oh, it's you. I was wondering where you were. I thought Kindall might have gotten you a babysitter or something. She was talking about how important it is to keep an eye on you. I didn't know anything about that. Anyway, you seem nervous. Everything all right there, Percy? I don't know. I'm just nervous about tomorrow. I'm wondering if it's the right thing to do. What's wrong with tomorrow? Well, it's the big day, and I'm kind of scared because I've been too nervous to tell Kindall that, I'm unsure on deciding my repaint. I'm told I should be in black, but I don't think black suits me. I don't know if I'll like it. But perhaps some lining will help you. You could always go for the old BR lined black. Lined black was used on the passenger engines, and it looks a lot better than just jet black. It's a very well established and upper class livery. Wow, you sure do know your railway history for someone so young. Thanks. People have always said that apparently I've been a whiz in school. And I've always known lots about railways because I've been interested ever since I was a baby. And in fact, in the few photos my family has of my great-great-great-great-grandmother, some of them even have soda engines in the background. One even has you in it. You talk really fast. Wait, did you say I was in their photos? I think so. Maybe I could find it one day. That'd be cool. Anyway, I need to head down to the works for my repaint, because if I leave it too long, it may not be dry by tomorrow. But I think your BR Line Black idea will work. Thank you, Ashton. No problem, stepdad. No problem. Good luck with the ceremony tomorrow. I don't really care for crowds. I didn't ask. I wasn't talking to you. Why are you here? I like parties. Why is Thomas the best man with his snappy new paint? I'd look incredible in dark blue. Didn't you and your friends all bully Percy before the explosion? Shit's starting. Hello, locomotives, people, wagons, and all other attendees. Today we are here to celebrate the marriage of Percy. There's no last name. I'm sometimes known as Percy the Green Engine, if that helps. No, we'll go with that then. Today we are here to celebrate the marriage of Percy Engine and Kindall Kindly.
Kindly? You're a kindly?
Well, yes.
What?
He doesn't even do his own wife's last name. Shh! Is this a good idea? Like, what if I mess up or if I find out I can't do this? What if I don't like being responsible for two? Why haven't I told Kindall the truth about me? What if I... Now, Kindall, do you take this engine to be your lawfully wedded husband, and to love and look after him for as long as you shall live? I do. Now, Percy, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I like watching romance movies and
look
shopping
after
at
her
the
for as
mall.
long as you shall live?
That's what women like doing, right?
Percy?
Yes? Wait, oops!
Fantastic. Then I now pronounce you engine and wife. You may now kiss the bride. You, ma'am, may now kiss the engine.
Wait a minute!
They're meant to be a good luck package or something at a wedding? Oh, that's right. At the other one we went to, I was part of the good luck package. You need something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue.
I can be a good luck package.
Francis, inside voice to you. But we're outside. Must you interrupt? How can you be a good luck package by yourself? You're only blue. Allow me the honor to explain. Well, I'm an old breakfast design, but I'm newly built. Also, I have some information about borrowing. That being, all of us are on borrowed time. Our time where we are now, where we're comfortable and happy, will not last, and it was never going to. And the end of that time will tick closer and closer until our Creator calls us home. And the Creator will call us home. He'll even call me home. Also, I'm blue.
Oh, butterfly!
Sounds like a good luck package to me. Anyway, let's finish this up already.
Oh!
Hooray! Buffett Percy is married. Now let's start the festivities, everybody. I wonder if anyone brought presents. Surely... Oh, it's you. Well, hello. Well, I didn't really know what I could give as a wedding present, since usually police don't really have things that are for weddings. That was until I was going through some of my belongings in storage and I found this, which could be helpful for your safety, as a railway can be a dangerous place. Here you are, miss. You've a very intense stare. That's a big compliment from me. What is this? This is a police bot. I was using this model until recently, but it started to get old and outdated. So I figured, why not repurpose it rather than chucking it? I thought it could be helpful, as I've turned off the vocal limiter so it can obey your commands. It's like a personal servant and guardian. Oh, so I can command it to do whatever I want. The commands of the police take priority. But yes, here, I'll set it up for you. Police bot, serve and protect this woman and her family. Orders accepted. Your commands will be followed, madam. My goodness, thanks. Police bot, after this ceremony, meet with me when we're alone. I'll give you your orders. Understood. You don't understand how helpful this is. It's really useful indeed. Anyway, let's let the merriment continue, everybody. I'll have to be heading out. I've got patrols to do. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Me too. Congratulations, buddy. You know, I'm still really nervous and I can't say I'm totally sure, but at the very least, this party is really fun. Quiet. Leave me alone. I'm brainstorming. Oh. Right, I think it's about time I finally put this plan into action. Now I just need to time this correctly and make sure she doesn't see that he's asleep. What's Percy doing out so late with his eyes closed? None of my business what him and his new wife are up to in the middle of the night. Now to go and rest and recharge. Miss Artemis? Oh? Yes, what is it, Ashton? Shouldn't you be asleep? Well, yes, but, Mum said to stay away and not talk to you unless I want to end up like Dad, but I think something strange is going on with her. You're not meant to talk to the police? That's strange, that's very strange. Tell me what's wrong, Pat. I was up past my bedtime doing algebra because I was waiting for beans to cook. Sorry. Sure, go on. But I saw Mum and Stepdad leaving for some reason, and I heard Mum say something about time to put my plan into action. But there was a strange factor. She got into his cab and drove him away while he was sleeping. Huh. Unless Percy is way wilder than I thought he was, I don't see a situation where he'd be okay with being moved to a second location without his consent, while he's sleeping, for any reason at all. That is definitely strange, but are you certain that it's suspicious? We don't want to misread the situation and, interrupt anything. Miss Artemis, my stepdad is gayer than a perfectly arranged box of crazy art markers. I've had a feeling from the start. So you knew too? Then yeah, I can safely assume what I already figured. Something fishy is going on here. I'll investigate. Can I come too? I'm worried about what may be going on. Okay, but you're staying in my cab to be safe. Can you do that thing I've heard about where you go super fast? Not in the middle of the night unless it's a confirmed emergency, dear. Last time I got about 80 complaints. No. Ashton, hide behind the bushes. I have an extremely bad feeling about this. Uh-huh. What? Wait, where am I? That's not important, sweetheart. You're on the damn past Gallagher, Percy. Apparently taken here without your consent. You... That's weird. Kindall, did you drive me here? Why? Quiet, you. Wow, is that really the way you're going to speak to your husband? Do you really think I wanted to marry this loser? Wait, what? I'll not tell you again to shut up, caterpillar. Perhaps it's time for an explanation. No, I haven't got the slightest interest in this puffball, and I never have. It was all part of my plan to gain the trust of this railway and exact revenge from my poor husband. It's what I know he would have wanted. What do you mean what he would have wanted? What he would have wanted was retribution for his trading business being ruined and his life being taken from him by you! You two killed him! Ma'am, I'm sorry if you think I killed your husband, but there are no records of anything bad involving a Mr. Kindall recently. I think you're mistaken. Actually, it's the other way around. There would be no Mr. Kindall because that's my last name, not his. So you're saying that you changed your name back to your maiden name so that if I checked up on your family history, it'd come up clean. How clever. What are you planning here? What's your real identity? 4 words. Wife of Lennox Wood. Who's Lennox Wood? Oh, you unobservant little fuck. Who's the only person in recent memory that you've had a hand in killing? I haven't killed anyone! What are you talking about? You didn't pull the trigger, but you loaded the gun. Your little incident a while back was the decisive blow. If you hadn't been so careless and destroyed that brake van, then Artemis would have never figured out the truth about my poor Len's shipping routes, and she never would have tracked him down, and she never would have scared him into falling to his death. I don't understand. How do all these pieces fit together? I've only destroyed a few brake vans, and I haven't done it since... Your husband was the quintessence dealer! Bah, I hate the word dealer. Negative connotation. He was in a high-stakes business and brought home the money for his family, Ashton and I. If you engines had never gotten involved, he would still be with us today, and little Ashton would still have a normal life. I don't see how the poor lad could have been having any semblance of a normal life with criminals for parents. He had no idea. Everything was idyllic until I had to come home and tell him Daddy was dead. He was a happy, bright, curious, intelligent boy until that day. Kindall, he's all of those things to this day. Ashton may have baggage now, but he's moved on with his life. I spent time with him and it's clear as clear can be. Maybe if you spent time being a good mom instead of being obsessed with revenge, you would see that. Do you know how hard it is to look after a boy when your neighborhood is buzzing with criminals who know your family and you no longer have money to pay the bills? Anger isn't just justified, it makes sense. You're delusional, Kindall. You could have chosen to move on with your life and be as good of a person as you could be, like Ashton has. But instead you chose the path of revenge. Has that made you happy? No, actually, it's been miserable until this exact moment. Right now. What is that, Kindall? Control switch for a bomb. Multiple, actually. All attached to this dam under the water. And all I need to do is press one button and my husband is avenged. Don't you think about running. I'll set it off right now. Oh boy. And once you two are swimming with the fishies, Thomas and Gordon will be next. Then everyone who had a hand in his death will be dead too. Just like Len would have wanted. He'd be so happy with me. You don't need to do this. What about all the innocent people that will be hit by the flood? Isn't this all so pointless? If you hand yourself in peacefully, we can work this out. Nobody else needs to die. I'm sorry you feel this way. You're not sorry. You just want me to stop. I have nothing more to say to either of you. Time to enact my revenge! How determined do you feel now, sweetheart? Run, Percy! Wait, what?
The beans are ready!
Oh, don't worry, Percy. It was just Gordon being insane again.
Phew. What? Seems your revenge plan had a few holes in it. That's a relief.
How? It was perfect! The explosives have been disarmed for your safety. Since you told me to wait here in hiding after the ceremony ended, I had a long time to calculate risk, and I discovered that risk existed.
Why? You're supposed to follow my orders! You were the thing that I told to set up the fucking explosives!
You were still in contact with the dam.
I ran off the dam before the countdown ended, you stupid machine!
Incorrect. My senses indicated that 1 centimeter of the sole of your right shoe was in contact with the concrete of the dam as the countdown ended. Therefore, you were not safe, and I acted according to my programming to protect you.
Darn it. Exactly. I told it to protect you, and that's just what it did. Police orders come first in its programming. Luckily enough, it protected us too. Now, Kindall, I'm sorry, but you've left me no choice. Police bots, arrest her.
Sorry, but I won't be going in today. Or ever. If I can't honor the memory of my husband, I'll meet him again in the afterlife.
No! No! No!
What?
You are safe, miss. It is very hard to protect you. You need mental help big time.
Oh, put a sock in it, metalhead.
Looks like we're officially all good. Just stay over here where it's safe, Percy. Even though the explosives are disabled, there's still danger to life and limb. Seeing as this was a terroristic bomb threat, I'll need to call in some assistance.
Got that one too. Just one more.
So Artemis, everything's in order. Though I'm not sure how you managed it with an outdated police bot like that. How you run such a tight ship with such outdated stock will never fail to surprise me, but if it works, it works. The whole thing is a long story. Right. Well, at least the suspect is apprehended and the bombs are being disabled by the bomb squad.
The steam engines are the bomb squad, so you're not racist anymore. Perhaps we can finally be friends.
What? No, they're exempt from the steam ban. They're essential services. All other steam services are still banned outside of Novidum and the ASR.
Racist.
What? No, that... forget it. Either way, at the end of the day, all's well now. As for you, Miss Kindlewood, you are under arrest for deception, attempted murder, and attempted terrorism. Anything you say can and will be used against you. It's not fair. You had it coming. Sorry about your mask, White. It's unfortunate, but the judicial process exists for a reason. I'm not upset, I'm just disappointed. I won't cry over her. She acted like a bitch. I can finish that sentence for you. The bombs are fully removed and completely disabled, boss. Ready to head back when you are. Alright, come on, Theme. Oh, Percy, sweetheart, won't you help me? Bail me out, please. Remember all the good times we had. Don't you love me? Aren't I your wife? If you had ever actually let me speak to you, you would have found out I'm gay. Well, shit, I've got nothing else. I tried.
You were my straight experiment. Experiment over. Bye, Felicia.
Well, fuck you too! Fuck every single one of you soda engines! And your friends too! I'll tell you what! Someday they'll let me out of jail, or the mental institution, or wherever the hell they're gonna stick me, and when I get out, you'll all regret ever fucking with my bloodline! Mark my words! You will!
How about no? Don't worry, Pierce. She isn't gonna do shit.
Didn't think so. At last, time to get some good sleep. I'm about ready to crash out for hours after how hectic it's been recently. Artemis, where's the fucking shed? Language. Flipping shed. I have the beans! Now where's the toast? I'm not mentally equipped to deal with this right now. Artemis, yes, you two can crash in my shed. Thank you. Well, I'm sorry about what happened with your mom, Ashton. It's okay, it wasn't your fault. I don't really have any love left for her after all the awful things she did. She was always more focused on the past with her husband rather than on the future with me. I still feel bad, though. It could have never worked. I'm not into women, bud. I should have said something. I really tried. It's okay, she strong-armed you into it. And plus, you don't have to think about this situation ever again. There's a train that'll drop me off near the New Barrow Children's Home in an hour. I'm not expecting you to raise me after all that. Hey, slow down. You were the best part of this whole ordeal, don't you know? I always wondered what it'd be like to have a child of my own, but I figured that never happened because I'm a train. Also, I'm gay. Now that I've adopted you, I admit, it's been really nice. I'd love it if you stuck around. Really? Of course. I appreciate that a lot, Dad. Oh, you said... Well, no problem, son. Miss Hat, do you know somewhere my boy can live? I'd be happy to let him live in one of the staff quarters here. New Knapford is a replica of the original's architecture, so there are plenty of staff quarters that no one uses, since the station staff just drive here these days. I always wanted to be a station master when I was younger. It sounds awesome. I suppose we can't ask for a better ending, can we? Well, yes we could, but it'd be pretty selfish. Ah, phew. Been working hard all day. Now it's finally time for a nice rest. Percy, if this is your fault, I'm gonna dump you in the sea.
It wasn't me!
What in the world is all that racket? I'll call Rob back.
I said the beans were ready.
Standing in the dockets of Hampton, trying to get to Holland or France. The man in the Mac said, "You've gotta go back." You know they didn't even give us a chance. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Finally made it plane into Paris, honeymooning down by the Seine. Peter Brown called.
Good progress today, Duck. Now we just need to update the sheds and we'll be done for today. Ugh, a break would be nice. We've been going absolutely non-stop. Nonsense. The sheds are already passable. We just need to make a couple tweaks and...
It's me again. Pogicus asks, Duck, do you ever wonder if some pseudo engines survive by being on the mainland? Like Dennis or Henry? If I ever got to leave the island, perhaps I'd fucking find out. Aretta. All at sea was hundreds of years ago. I can wanna see cool things again. That's all for now. Remember to subscribe to Well Tank Records for more. See you later.
May I offer you mental health services, Miss Viola?
Please leave me alone.